Right, what it do, ain't nothing new. Hope we making it through, family. You know, hopefully we making it through. You know, how it do. Because you know it takes two to make it all right. You get it? You know, because being isolated is kind of a good thing too, because it gives you a chance to go deep in your mind and really combat your demons or improve your flaws. But ultimately, isolation is a coping mechanism, not a solution. Because humans were created to express their individuality. But in my opinion, we're living on this planet to find and serve the Creator. You know, just being survivors of a global secret targeting system automatically put us in a high frequency. Even the top level conscious people are not on our frequency. For you to be on the domestic terrorist watch list, which someone puts you on for whatever reason, just know if you ain't taken out or turned to a crash dummy, you have a purpose. And with that purpose, family, we need to figure out who can we connect to and who can we trust. Believe it or not, family, but it's genuine people out there. Don't feel alone, because with these isolation corners they push us into, we are all victims. Turn this page. We're all victims, you know. But the first thing we need to get rid of is fear. Remember, they hit hard where we're weak at. So if they find out our fears, they'll capitalize off of it. For example, if you fear trust, or if you fear putting your guard down a little bit, they will keep you in an isolated, sunken place, afraid to even go outside. Sometimes in order to evolve in this program, you have to forgive, first. You have to forgive yourself and then forgive others. That's the superpower. That's the kryptonite to this program, forgiveness. That's like activating the cheat code, Not just saying let people directly attack, like turn the other cheek type stuff, you know what I mean? But, for the indirect and subliminal attacks, you have to learn to have a forgiving heart, to reduce stress and just move on with life, and connect with humans and rise up to a higher purpose, with humans, to mainly love, so we can eventually find the right unity, because harmony is one of the most powerful frequencies, harmony. And by operating in this mindset, we attract the real deal, Holyfield, genuine people, you see. Because a lot of people are being misled into thinking they're participating and bringing a monster down. Who doesn't want to be a hero? Who doesn't want to be a hero to take a so-called monster down? So remember, the community, using some type of code of secrecy, has been alerted that we're somehow real deal terrorists. But we still have to live and prove our innocence. We have to prove our innocence. Because, this program courts us in a way where we're guilty to proven innocent. You know how we're supposed to be you're innocent to proven guilty, where it's a flip. And they having like this shadow court, which is kind of going on in the background on our day-to-day lives. But we must have the courage to connect still with the right people. And how we do that, using intuition, using discernment, utilizing the power of the Holy Spirit. This program is designed for us to beat ourselves up mentally. So if we don't commit suicide, we'll just keep on psychologically processing things that'll keep us in some type of conformity where we can't fully express our God-given talent. So all this overthinking in this program is like, giving your perps a reaction. You know, all this overthinking is like a sub reaction, you know, because it makes us still, it makes us stagnant, no movement. You know what I mean? It's like we on a treadmill. We in motion, but we ain't going nowhere. You know? So we must accept things we can't change, adapt. You know, always work and improve on things where we can grow. Don't think people are smiling because they happy. You know, they're smiling as a defense mechanism, you know, showing that they actually fear our characters because we survive in this thing. You know, so sometimes people just do things as a coping mechanism just to defend their own reputation and character because they see how strong you are. So you have to discern, you know, it's not that the people that take you down, it's not the people. They could trigger us, but it's not the people that, you know, take us down. It's the repeated patterns of the harassment. It's the egregores, you know, of the collective, the group of people who believe in one thing and it's manifesting, you know, all that stuff, all that concentrated demonic activity coming your way, pushing you, you know, to crash out. You know what I'm saying? It's not just the individual people, it's the collective, it's them coming together and believing in one thing and the repeated patterns that drive you to this madness. So ultimately, it's our decision, you know, basically if we want to pull the trigger. So our thing is we need to try to deprogram ourselves from taking everything in, you know, put away our microscopic lenses, you know, like, why do we need to zoom in and see everything? Why do we need to zoom in and see all the bacteria and all the viruses? You know what I'm saying? Imagine if you had a microscope in your room where you most comfortable at, and you could see all the bacteria and viruses. You'll be scared to be in your room. So why do we have to be so hypersensitive to this program, focusing on it? We're going to be scared and paranoid of everything. And that's what the program wants us to be. And that's what ultimately leads us into isolation, right into their hands. But we don't need to be ultimately in isolation. We need to enhance our frequency and vibration so that we can attract the right people. You know what I mean? Overriding the program. You know what I'm saying? Working on ourselves. You know, we need to study ways, you know, and discipline ourselves. You know, it's all about deprogramming, you know, just from being hypersensitive to everything. You know what I mean? Because basically, if we continue to be hypersensitive, if we continue to isolate ourselves, if we continue to take everything in that they throw at us and process it, it's ultimately going to lead to mental illness and demonic oppression. You know what I mean? And ultimately that's going to lead to a dark a place of darkness. So we want to be people of light. So we got to figure out ways, you know what I'm saying, to continue in light. And being isolated is not going to lead you to light. You need someone. You need people. We are human. You need to find, that's the test, is to find people who you can connect with. You know what I mean? Just keep it in your head. Everyone's not out to get you. That's not what it's about, family. But the program, they'll put it in your head, everyone is out there to get you. You know what I mean? Isolate. Don't go outside. You know what I mean? You know, just quit your job. You know what I mean? Don't progress. You know what I mean? Don't work out. You know, stay in your bed. Be lazy. Be forgetful. Eat. You know what I mean? Be obese. You know what I mean? All the unhealthy things, you know what I mean, to push you to death or suicide or jail or mental illness. They don't want you to grow. They don't want you to progress. They don't want you to work on your goals. They don't want you to work on yourself physically. They don't want you to read books and work on yourself mentally. They don't want you to pursue goals. They don't want you to pursue things that you was once pursuing, because now that you think everybody's against you and you're not going to exceed. No, continue to be the best version of yourself that you can be, and learn to adapt and accept the things that you can't change. You know what I'm saying? And learn to adapt with as many people as you can possibly, family. And I'm speaking to myself too on that. You know, I ain't perfect. You know, it'd be times in this program where I just don't be feeling like going outside. I really don't be feeling like going outside. You know what I mean? I be forgetful and things like that. It can really get to you. You know what I'm saying? It's just things I have to block out and things I have to continually try to deprogram myself every day. You know what I mean? So it's a process, family. If you have to write things on a piece of paper and read it off every day, your goals or whatever, prayers, you know what I mean? Things you want to accomplish, and just read it and read it and read it every day before you go. Write it on a piece of paper, you know, tape it on your wall, read it, read it, read it, keep deprogramming yourself. You know what I'm saying? And keep repeating it in your head, you know, and until it comes to reality. You know, if that's something that you have to do, family, hey, do what you got to do. Try to utilize any type of thing you can do to combat these psychological attacks. And the more people that you have on your corner, the more harder it is for the program to be effective. So remember, there's power in numbers. And with that being said, TI family, y'all hold y'all head. Peace.